Dan Olds, and we are right here in the thick of things at the Student Cluster Competition, or excuse me, Student Cluster Challenge. I do that every time, at ISC13. And with me today is someone who is pretty instrumental in putting these things together. It's Shelley Smith with ISC. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Dan. Thank you. Happy to be here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we've been doing this for this is our second year.
For exactly 2 years. Yeah.
Yes, for exactly 2 years.
And it's quite a process to put these on.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I have to give most of the credit to HPC Advisory Council.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They played a very big role.
Yeah, without those guys, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it's quite a management task and quite a coordination task. And so you're with ISC itself.
Correct.
How did this all come about? Whose idea was it, and how did you get the idea to do this?
Well, it was in combination with Brian Sparks and Gilad Shaner from HPC Advisory Council.
I know that some of the other ideas to sort of liven things up here at ISC were to have a pony ride and a dunk tank, and I believe a carnival. Or was that not on the table?
Something like that. But our main goal was to bring a little bit more of an atmosphere in here for the students. Mm-hmm. To make a little bit better connection between the students and the working professionals in the hall. We wanted to open up that gateway, bring more opportunities for both sides. In a way that bumper cars or a ring toss wouldn't do. Great analogy. It is, yeah. Well, that's good. And these cluster competitions are doing exactly that. And the first one kind of came out of the blue. Yes. Last year. Yes. 5 teams. That's right.
What was that like to do for the first time?
Well, we were excited about it, but we just kind of ran with it. We didn't know really how it would turn out. Mm-hmm. It'd been such a great success over in the States. We knew about that. By the way, we don't really have much connection to them, but it helped
maybe
us
down the road
develop into our ideas and where we're at today.
Yeah, and there were some common elements. I mean, Gilad and Brian from the HPC Advisory Council, they'd been observing the U.S. cluster competitions, and a lot of the coaches know each other and things. Right. So that was good. Yeah. So it started with 5 teams?
That's right. And now we're up to 8 teams. We've got 8 teams on the floor
8 teams
today.
This year.
That's right.
That's great. The thing I really like about this and the way that it's being done at ISC is it seems like it's woven in, and it's so much a part of the flow of the show.
Yes.
It's mentioned a lot in the keynotes, and we've had everybody come over and visit.
Oh, that's great. And yeah, I've noticed a lot of visitors when I've had a chance to come around.
Was that intentional, or did it just happen that way? To have the cluster competition be featured as a real big part of the show?
Oh, that was intentional.
Okay. We
wanted it to grow and develop that way. Absolutely.
Because one of the things about the SC competition, and as somebody who's been at both, is it's a little bit of an afterthought, because that show is so big and they're spread so thin that it's hard for them to push any particular element. I think some things get lost in the shuffle. Yeah.
No, I can say from our side, we like to bring it out up in front center like most of the other things, most of our other workshops. It has its own nature. It has its own special function.
Yeah.
So.
But it's something that seems to have been embraced.
Yeah. On its own, it has its own importance, and.
Well, let's pick that up a little bit. Last year, after the first competition, and actually during the first competition, what was the reaction of the ISC management and also the regular showgoers who perhaps haven't seen something like this before?
From our point of view, it seemed like the attendees really enjoyed it. It took off. Bypassed our expectations. We just, again, like I said, we just weren't sure. We were not sure really how it was going to develop and what the outcome would really be. Yeah. But the booths were visited often. There was a lot of buzz going around.
A lot of traffic.
Yeah, quite a bit. So we're really happy about that. We're really happy for HPC Advisory Council.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, they really have. It's been great working with them.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, it's so much about the students.
They're flexible, they're understanding, and they're they're goal-oriented, and they've got the drive to just keep going, They won't let anything stop them. Yeah. So that's been...
And it went very smoothly last year, especially for a first-time competition, but if anything, it was even smoother this year.
You think so?
You
have that impression? Yeah, even though we've grown, yeah.
but everybody had their equipment.
Yeah.
All the teams got here on time. The logistics in terms of keeping the teams, and this might sound niggling, but it is important.
Absolutely.
These competitions are a lot of pressure.
Yes.
And where they can, just a few steps away, have a place to sit down and talk, where they're not surrounded by their buzzing systems, and a very easy chance to get some coffee, to get a Coke, Sprite, whatever, get a little something to eat, and take some pressure off. That means an awful lot.
I believe so. It's all those little things that fall into place, all the little things one doesn't think of at the beginning, but they really matter when it comes to that point in time when it's needed. Yeah. So. And
it's just been a great experience for the students so far. And next year, what are we looking at? I believe 11 or 12, maybe.
Well, I don't want to make any promises. I haven't.
Go out on a limb here, Shelley. Go way out on a limb.
I think 12 is a good number.
Yeah.
I think that's a good number.
I think the demand is there.
I would like to do 15 personally, but you know, we're gonna talk about that internally and see where we're gonna go with that, and talk to Brian, Sparks and Galad, Shaner.
And I don't think on their side that managing that many teams would be all that much more difficult. And it looks like we have the physical room, which is nice. But it would be great to see it grow even more.
I agree.
Fantastic. And who are you betting on today? Who do you think is going to win? We're going to know about 4 hours, or 3 hours.
That's hard to say. As I walk past the booths sporadically throughout the days, they're all working really hard. It's going to be really tough.
Who has the eye of the tiger?
I don't want to say.
You have to look in their eyes.
Yeah.
And see who wants it more than the other.
You know, Dan, if they weren't looking down at their computers the whole time, I would be able to look in their eyes.
You could ask. You mind if I look in your eyes and want to see if you have the eye of the tiger? So, anyway, good talking to you, Shelley. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we will keep in touch and let me know what the plans are for next year.
Will do.
Super.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you very much.